Hi, welcome. My name is Savannah, and this is my corner of YouTube where I talk about all my crafty adventures, mainly knitting. I almost forgot to film this video today. It is currently 2:44 in the afternoon. I have a late lunch in the oven right now, so I don't know how long I'll have until I need to stop recording. It is very bright outside. We have a snow day today. We had a snow day yesterday. So it's very bright. Sorry. I just remembered I had to film this video, so I feel like I have to rush now. So I apologize. What do I want to say? There's a lot. There's a lot that happened since the last time I talked to you. So I guess I'll just try to get into that or get that out of the way, and then we'll talk about the things I've knit these past two weeks, I guess it is. It's about a 2-week duration. Orange is here with me, being a sweet boy. I have well, this is a pile of knitwear that needs to get folded and put back downstairs in my knitwear cabinet. There's piles of laundry that I need to get put away. I've spent the whole entire, I guess, up until just now, I just now finished. I cleaned my entire house. We're having a small birthday party tomorrow for my son. He just turned 9 yesterday, so we're just going to have a little get-together. Only 2 people RSVP'd, but that's okay. I know not everybody RSVPs, so we'll see. I'm hoping that his friends, because I only let him invite a few people because our house is kind of small, so hopefully. I just want him to have a good time. So yes, he turned 9 yesterday. He's my little pie boy. He was legitimately born on like Pie Day, to the year Pie Day. I do like to tell people that I did try to wait until the next, to make the time the next 3 numbers, but it didn't work out. He's like, no, I'm coming now. So yeah. Okay, so that was yesterday. At the beginning of this month, I actually got to meet Rebecca Yaros. Let me show you. Sorry. So if you are aware, a fantasy reader, then you've probably heard of Fourth Wing. I mean, maybe you've already heard it, but never read it. Definitely a fantasy romance. Really good. I enjoyed it. I have Fourth Wing and I have Iron Flame. Anyways, so I met Rebecca Yaros at the beginning of the month. So we had literacy week at school, and our staff was able to get Rebecca to agree to come do a little Q&A with just the staff members after school. It was great. It was fantastic. So Rebecca came because she lives here in our town, actually. So she came. It was a quick little Q&A, like, you were able to submit answer or questions before she came. So they gave her like the list of, and she answered them, and then we were able to just ask more. So we obviously didn't get any spoilers for any upcoming books. The only thing we know is it's going to be a 5-book series. It has been picked up by Amazon. I believe she said something about Michael B. Jordan's company. So there's going to be a show, I guess. That's all she was able to tell us. What else? So she talked about, we asked about the book, the characters, why she chose to write, this way and that way. And then it turned into like just her life thing, like how she writes. She has other books that are not fantasy. So she talked about those a little bit as well. She talked about the absolute craziness of becoming, just pretty much becoming famous like right away with this book. It jumpstart her. I mean, she's been writing for years, but she said this one made her viral like overnight, that she didn't realize. Like, she wishes she wrote this under a pen name, because she's got several children, and it's definitely been difficult for her family. And she's shared a few little like snippets about how people have come to her house, because unfortunately here in Colorado, you can look up anybody's name and find out where they live. You can do that here. So she's had people come to her door. She's been accosted in airports. She said she's even been accosted in an ER once. But yeah, so it was really good. It was really nice. I'm going to insert a photo of me and her because I asked her if we could get a photo real quick. But yeah, she also was very kind and signed my book. So that's super exciting. That happened. I wanted to mention that in the last video, but that video was filmed right before I went to go see her. So I was like, I might as well just save it till then. Okay, let us, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about before knitting. I forgot to mention, you can probably hear, I'm recovering from, I guess, a cold. I was feeling a little unwell last weekend. Nothing serious. Went to work on Monday. And then Monday evening, I could feel my voice just, going. Like, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't talking. I wasn't yelling, nothing. I could just feel it going. Tuesday, woke up, no voice at all. Like, it was completely gone. Just absolute. Sounded like a pubescent teenage boy. No other real, like, aches or pains or symptoms. So it was just that. Went back to work on Tuesday. Definitely a husky voice. I was like, this is my man voice. But you can still hear that it's definitely affected still. So I apologize for that. At least it is better. It was really rough. When I actually had to like answer the phone or do anything when my voice was gone, I was like, I'm so sorry. I cannot. This is what my voice sounds like. I'm having a really hard time and I felt really bad. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. What I got here? I have 4 projects here to show. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's one in my purse. Okay. Let me show you. We have the Clearview Cardigan by Sasha Knits. Knitting this one in Pearl Soho's Good Wool, which is 100% Highland wool. It's a 2-ply. It's a 2-ply sport weight, I think. I think it's classified as a sport weight. It's really lovely. I have the wild mustard colorway. My cake is definitely... This is only cake number 2, which is really, really good. I think I ordered 7 skeins, and I'm only on number 2. Look what I did, guys. Yeah. So I had the back panel and this front panel up to here. So I finished up front panel and was able to get panel number 2 finished, which actually went a lot faster because I knew how long I needed to knit it for. Obviously I could just base it off of that. So that one went pretty quickly, and then I just joined it in around like 2 days ago, 3 days ago maybe, and I put in a little here. So on Instagram I did a quick stories update about it. I did steam block this a little bit because I was very concerned about the depth of the armhole. I forgot how long it was supposed to be. Something like maybe 6.5 inches. Not very deep. It just doesn't look, I'm so used to oversized drop shoulder construction, with it being so deep, that this just worried me a bit. So that's why I steam blocked it, because I was like, it's all over texture. You got waffles, you got cables. I was like, it's going to grow. So I did steam block it the other night. I don't know how well that helped. I'm sure I need to just do a nice wet block to help. But I did try it on, and it hits a little bit. It hits about here. So, and it's not tight. So right now it's working out. I am still a bit worried. So what I'm going to do is I just wanted to get a little bit underneath the arm. I'll probably go a little bit further. Not too much, maybe just an inch worth of body. What I'm going to do is go ahead and switch over and knit the collar because it's a pretty big collar. I'm going to do the collar on this. Wait, I'll have to double check and make sure I don't have to do the button band first. Forgot about that. I don't know if I can do the collar first or have to do the button band first. So either way, and then I was going to pick up and start knitting one of the sleeves to make sure that it's going to work because I'm super nervous. The sleeves also have the waffle and cabling, so they're not stockinette. They are all over texture as well. And then it comes in. Oh, come on. It comes in like that. Maybe I'll insert a photo of what it's supposed to look like. There are no project pages on Ravelry for this, other than mine and one other person's, but I'm a little bit further than they are, or at least according to their photo, I'm a little bit further than they are. So I don't know if this was ever test knit. This was made for Woolfolk, so I don't know I've never heard of the designer for Sasha Knits. And I've never knit anything that was made specifically for Woolfolk, so I don't know what their requirements are for patterns, but I mean, everything's beautiful. Everything is turning out. I've had no real issues with the pattern at all. I'm just concerned with the depth. That's all. That's all, really. Yeah, I think that's all I want to really say about this. It's just going to be a lot of texture for the body, because you're doing, what is it? You know, back and forth, more back and forth, but you got your waffle, your cables, your waffle, your cables, your waffle, your cables. Oh, it's going to be so much. But yeah, so plans. I'll look over the pattern and see how the collar can be done, because I would prefer to put the collar in first, honestly, just so that it's sitting where it's supposed to sit on the shoulder, and then start, like, if I just do one sleeve, like a partial sleeve, or do both partial sleeves, or just do both full sleeves and then go back to the body. I think I just need to do like a partial bit of the sleeve just to see how it's going to fit. But that is the idea behind where I'm going with the clear view. It's called Clear View. I just call it the Clear View cardigan because it's a cardigan. Right, next, what is this? Oh, that's something new. So moving on to something whipped, because I don't have anything finished that I can think of. Well, it's like 2 hours later, and I realized I do have a finish. Just dawned on me. I finished the, well, it actually has no name as of right now. It's just being called The Pocket Tee, and it's by Joan Ho. It's for her new book that she is going to release. I think I don't know when she's going to release the book, actually. But I test knit one of the patterns for the book. I'm sorry, I don't have much information. Again, the designer is Joan Ho, and no name, but it's being referred to as the Pocket Tee as of right now. There will be matching shorts in the book as well, that you can make to go with the tee. Oh, I forgot. The neckline's a little tight. I forgot that I can't have my hair up when I put it on, but I made it over. It is a cropped tee. I made no modifications per the request of the designer. My first time putting a pocket in. I don't know if I like it. It has a snap, and I did a coordinating color. Well, not coordinating, I'm sorry, contrasting color for the interior of the pocket. But I don't know if I like it. It's very bulky. And mostly it just looks funny to me. Ooh. I just realized that I had this because I haven't taken finished project photos yet. So belly button's here, so it's pretty cropped. It hits high-waisted jeans pretty well. I knit mine in is Garn Coast base, which is 55% wool, 45% cotton. The colorway is Black Currant. I held it double. Oh, orange is back. Orange, I know I need to clean the bed off. I'm sorry. So it's held double because it's a DK Waits t-shirt. I was going to say sweater. All the edges are folded. It is also a bottom up. Hi, Reggie. A bottom up construction. I wasn't very thrilled with the way that it was put together. You actually knit front, bind off, knit the back up, bind off, and then you seam them together. And I don't mind seaming if it's vertical. I don't like doing horizontal seaming. I just don't feel like I do a very good job, so it feels lumpy. I mean, it doesn't look bulky. You can't really see it, which is good, but it feels like unfun. And then, you know, decently wide arms. The collar's also one of the folded ones, but there's like not much stretch to it at all. It is, I believe, right, so for the bottom hem, you know, you start knitting, you do a row of purling, and then you knit a little bit more, and then you join it together on your needles, you know, knit it together kind of thing, knit up. But when you do this, you bind it off and then whip stitch it, and you're supposed to do the same for these. I didn't want to do that, so what I did was I just kind of, I bound it off. I bound it off to the thing. I hope that that makes sense. I just picked up the stitch directly below it because the designer has you put a lifeline in before you start the cuff. That way you know where you're supposed to, whether you whip stitch it or do what I did and bind it off with that stitch. Granted, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did because I thought it would be easier and not, I mean, it's about the same. So this is the whip stitch side. It just doesn't look as, I don't know, I was worried about it flipping out since it's so small. And you can see here it kind of does. I don't know if that's from the blocking, you know, laying it flat and blocking. I did try to pin it really well so that it would stay down. There are short rows for the sleeves so that they do come down like that. Hey, Ricky. Hey, baby. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in, I guess, real quick. Thank you so much. My Night Shift, cardigan, no, Night Shift shawl by Andrea Mowry. This is for her March to May knit along. This is where I was the last time I showed you. Excited to move that now. So here, I've done all of this. This is actually 4 sections. So I decided for myself, my peace of mind, You know, so it's March to May, I think March 1st to May 31st, and knit along. To keep myself on track, I'm doing 1 section per week. Hopefully that'll work as it's getting wider and wider, but 1 section per week, because there's only 10 sections. It should put me at the end of April to get this finished. We will see, maybe a little bit quicker, because I think section 5 is actually like half of this, because it's from here to here is 1 section. These last 4 sections have been pretty much a repeating of section 1. So it's single blips and then double blips. And so I'm about to start section 5 for this upcoming week. And I'll probably get that done relatively quick if it's just half of one of these. But we'll see. This is where I'm at. The yarn I'm using is Noro Ito. I just have these 2 skeins. So Noro Ito, this is Noro. Sorry. Ito, it's 100% wool, 200 grams or 400 meters. This one is number 8. This one's number 8. I can't remember the names. And I'm using this one as my color A. Granted, for the pattern, you're supposed to have 6 colors. I'm just using these 2. And this one is color number 30. So this is what they look like together. There's some similarities, but as you can see here, it's working out really, really well. I know it's really curling up on itself. We had some sections that, well, you know, in person, you can see the difference pretty well. Oops, there goes the ball. And up here, right where I'm working here, those, well, I guess the row, these blips kind of blend in pretty well too, so. But I'm not too worried about it. I really, really like it. So it'll go this way when done. My cord's a little tight, but I'm thinking it will, with blocking, it'll stretch out. Isn't that beautiful? It's gonna be so cozy and warm being 100% wool, and it's a bulky, like, single ply. Maybe worsted single ply. Either way, it's going to be very warm and snuggly. Okay. If you want to know any more information about any of these projects, I do have my Ravelry linked below, but you can also just ask questions. I will answer those, no problem. I've barely worked on this one, but I'll show you. Let me pull my stuff. Ooh, shiitake mushrooms. I am dropping stitches. I had my charger in there. I was working on this last night. Dang, I didn't realize I didn't finish a row. Shoot. Sorry, one sec. I dropped stitches. All right, so I'm in the middle of a row, unfortunately. My AirPods are in here too. This is the, ooh, my food's done. Do you mind giving me just 1 minute, please? I'll be right back. My food just needs to sit and rest for a minute, and then we'll be okay. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this and then go eat. All right, so what I was saying here is this. I'm unfortunately in a row. This is another Andrea Mowry pattern. This is the Traveler Cowl. I'm making this one for the Drea Renee Knits Spin to Knit cowl? Make along? Cowl? I don't know. I'm probably a knit along. This one is a year-long thing. So this one I'm not too concerned about. I actually hadn't touched this in a while except for last night, so there's not that much more progress on it, but I figured I'd just bring it and show. This is my yarn. I hand spun this back in July. It is from wool gathering fibers, wool gathering fibers. It was part of their fiber of the month club, so it wasn't like colors that you were looking forward to. It was the fibers. So I think this is Polworth and Falkland. I could be wrong. It's on Ravelry though. But I did a combo spin. One of the braids was rainbow, and one of the other braid was blue and green. So that is what is going on here. Okay. So that's where I was the last time I showed you. So I did not get much more. Again, it was just last night. But I'm trying to get done with this section because then I'll be decreasing because you're doing a little point. It'll go like this across and there'll be a point and it'll be sewn in the back. So I need to work on this more because this one would be a quicker one to finish. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's just I would like to get this one done sooner rather than later because it'll be one thing off the needles and I won't have to worry about it since it is probably the closest one other than the one I'm about to show you. This is the one I forgot in my purse. I went and grabbed it real quick. This is a gift from my husband. He's still yammering on to people that I don't ever make him any socks, so I gotta get going and get them finished. I also have I had this with me when I went to meet Rebecca Yaros, so we have some stickers. We have dragons and it says, "We do not eat our allies." The dragons, is it upside down? Yeah. Dragons. And this one says, "Oop, violence, Sorengale." So I have these two stickers. I haven't put them anywhere yet. They're just sitting in here with this. And then this is the card for the stickers. I don't know if it says their name. Sawtooth Creative Co. On Etsy. They make those stickers. They make actually a lot of fantasy book stickers. I don't know if that's going to work for you. Either way. All right, so what I'm making right here, socks for my husband. Look, I started rolling them up. I do not have a progress keeper on here to show you, but I think I knew where I was the last time. I think it was right before Jupiter. So this yarn, and I mean both socks are the same. Yes. This one's just a few rounds shorter than this one because I'm kind of flipping back and forth with the stripes, which is really nice. So yes, knitting them 2 at a time on separate needles has actually been really great. It's my first time doing them like that. Like I usually just do one and then knit the other one, but this has been great. So the yarn is from Gauge Dye Works. Gauge Dye Works. It is called Our Solar System. It's the round trip for matching socks. They also offer a one-way trip for hats and scarves. I don't know if they're still dyeing it, but it's amazing. So this is what round trip, one way. Yep. So that's what the yarn is going to look like. Or, well, I separated mine into 2 balls. There's enough in the middle for Afterthought heels in the gray color. So I'm using the Knox Socks pattern by Knox Mountain Company. I can't remember, again, on Ravelry. It will be linked below as well. So go check it out. But I pretty much just followed their toe, and then I just, I did up the numbers. I'm doing 38 stitches for my husband. I've never knit him socks before, so I'm hoping these fit him. But what you have here is the sun. You got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. I'm about to do Uranus. That's this green color here. And then the gray in between is just the space between. And the dyer behind this yarn, I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. They have this all mapped out math-wise. Super amazing. So you see that? The light gray is 50 million kilometers. And the dark gray is 500 million kilometers. And then the different colors for the planets all have their own, the diameter. So like the light yellow is 50,000 kilometers, and then the dark yellow is 500,000 kilometers. So, that's how big the sun is in the diameter. So that's why they use two different colors for the sun. And then so on and so forth. Which is so amazing. I don't know how anybody can come up with that, but yep. So I just need to keep going. I'm going to keep going because there is a color for Pluto, which is amazing. And I appreciate that so much because I refuse to let go of Pluto. Being a millennial that I am, I refuse. So I'm just going to keep going until I get to Pluto. And then I'll, according to the pattern, Pluto's actually in the ribbing, the cuff ribbing. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, and then I'll put an afterthought heel, which will probably be in here somewhere, hopefully. Because I did try this on, and putting it after this, even though I think hers is after this, would be too big for my foot. So it should be okay for my husband. Anyway, so I'm just rolling these up, tucking the needles down. It's keeping everything nice and untangled off, honestly. So I just wrap some of the yarn from that ball. I think I accidentally pulled too much, but keeping them nice and contained. Put them in here. And I keep this in my purse, so I work on it a little bit before work. And then if we have indoor recess at school, it's perfect to work on. I'll work on it at knit group. I'll work on it in the car when I'm picking up the kids. Just gotta get going. Okay, last one, I think it's my last one. I need to hurry up. My food's probably gonna get cold soon. This was a new start. It was very, I didn't bring the whale up to show you. I've probably put in 5 rounds on that. But this one was a very spontaneous cast on. It wasn't even in my plans list. I think I just put the 2 yarns together. I decided to swatch to see if I'd like it. Picked a pattern I already owned and jumped right into it. I did not bring the swatch up, so unfortunately that I can't show you, but I can show you what I have done. So I had this yarn. This is Jasper. It's Holst Garn, super soft. The color is Jasper. It's 100% wool. It's a light fingering weight. It does plump up with washing because there is spinning oils on this. I don't smell anything, so just so you know. I know somebody mentioned that they had a hard time because theirs smelled really bad. I can't smell anything, and I have a lot of cones of Holst Garn. No, but they do wash up and plump up and become a little bit softer. And then I had 4 skeins of this Drops Kid Silk. And I can't remember the color. I'm sorry, I don't even have a tag. But I had these 2, and I was like, you know what? These would probably be really, really lovely together. So, again, I swatched, but I also looked up patterns that I had so I could pick one to, like, be like, okay, well, what needles do I need? I can swatch with that. And I put it together. I'm also in the middle of a row right now, unfortunately. Of course. Let's see here. It's all tangled too. Yep, it's in the middle of the row because right now I'm working back and forth for a V-neck. So it's on a shorter cable. You're not gonna be able to see, but here's the coloring. This is the, how do you pronounce it? It's called, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but this is how it's spelled. It's by Caitlin Hunter. It's just it's an oversized, just like a lightweight V-neck sweater. And I was like, that looks perfect for spring. So I was like, I'll go ahead. It's knit up at a looser gauge, as you can see here. I think the needles are US 8 or a 5mm. I just threw this in here to have a pretty progress keeper until I can move it which I get to now, but a looser gauge. There are cables. I don't know how you can tell, but cables for the raglans. The only thing I'm not too thrilled about is only on one side of the cable, the increases that Caitlin picked look good. On the opposite side, they don't look good. So I don't know how well you can tell. Yeah, so this side looks nice. These are all knit front and back increases. This side looks good. This side does not. I'm hoping with blocking, it will even out a little bit more. I have checked other people's project pages and a lot of them look the same. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm curious if it would have been better with make one lefts and make one rights, but it is what it is. I don't want to restart. But yes, there's raglan. I haven't made a raglan sweater in a really long time. So it's definitely interesting to excuse me. It was definitely interesting to do that kind of construction again. And again, it's also a V-neck, so it's not attached yet until I get to the point I need to. What else can I say about this? Oh, I wanted to say that it is very similar to the Nordiska by Caitlin Hunter, except longer body length and maybe deeper raglan, and then no color work. So I think what she said, like I read in the pattern, is that she made the Nordiska first. She liked the shaping of it, so she decided to make this one. I think again it's called, I could be wrong, but that's my new start. And it was not on the dockets at all, but that's okay. I wanted, like I said, it feels very spring-like to me, so I'm hoping the mohair doesn't make it too warm. But, you know, it's open gauge, so I'm hoping for the best. I don't think I'll make it as long as she did in her pattern, but we'll see. I'm even debating on if I want it. It's a really deep raglan, so we'll see one as well if I'll keep going about that too. Anyways, I need to get going because my food. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. This is the mid-month. Yeah, so no stats as of right now. So I will, the rest of the month is just working on what I got. I don't think I'll start anything new. I mean, I do have one other one that's barely started, but it's got 2 rows on it. It's a hat. I'm going to wait till the socks are done before I continue on with that. So that's not that important, but I don't think there should be any other new starts this month. I take that back. There probably will be, but I do appreciate you stopping by and listening to me ramble really quickly. And I do hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.